Hello, this is Watch It All About for another watch review. This time we're looking at the Sterile Nav B-Uhr, or the Big Pilot, by, usually IWC, but there are many other different makers of this type of watch, mainly because 5 or 6 manufacturers were all commissioned with the making of this watch when it was originally designed during World War I or II, I can't remember exactly, but IWC was one of them. Another one was Stowa, and a number of other manufacturers as well, which I guess is why it's such a popular design today, because there are multiple manufacturers who made this design famous. So this is a Sterile one, also known as a Parnis. Quite a cheap Chinese made watch, roughly $60 to $70, depending on what kind of spec you get. So this one I got is quite a base specification. It has an Asian clone of the 6497 movement. It has just mineral crystal front and back, but it also has quite a nice leather strap. So let's take a closer look at it. So immediately you can see from here there is a slight blue hue. That's from the anti-reflective layer on the underside of the crystal. If I tap it, you can hear it. It is a mineral crystal, but it is quite a clear crystal. It's very nice. It's got a very slight dome on it. Can you see that there? It's slightly domed in the middle. This helps remove any reflections. And at the back, you see the movement. I'll put the macro lens on later on, so you'll be able to see that in greater detail. It's quite a nicely finished movement. It has average accuracy, but it is quite easy to regulate using the little bit there. You can adjust. Obviously, being a big pilot, it has this oversized onion crown. It's easy to wind up the watch, and it's just a straight push-pull crown. It's not wind down, so I wouldn't recommend swimming with this watch at all, because likelihood is all the water will go in through there. The dial itself is very well finished. It's nice. All of the numbers are loomed. And the hour markers as well. The loom isn't great. The hour and minute hand are loomed as well. Again, it's not that strong. Also, the second hand has a bit of loom on it as well. I'll show you later on the small seconds hand. The dial has a nice concentric circular pattern to it, which gives it a nice little bit of texture to the dial. 60 is in red as well, which gives it just a tiny bit, but a nice amount of colour. The case is very well machined. There's no sharp edges to it whatsoever. It's all brushed apart from the very outside of the bezel, which gives it a nice extra bit of reflection as you're wearing it. So yeah, it's very well made. There doesn't seem to be any flaws to it at all. Quite impressed with the quality for the price. The strap is also very nice. It's very thick leather, very soft and supple. It says genuine leather. I don't know if it is or not. And the buckle is nice, nice and big and fat as well. It's the classic buckle you'd find on this, or one of the Panerai style homages, with these big loops as well, and nice white stitching as well. So let me just put it on, and you can have a look at it on the wrist. So just pop that on there like that. So you can see the strap is nice and big, gives it lots of presence. The watch itself obviously has enough presence for itself, but yeah, the strap gives it an extra dimension, having this really big, fat, chunky strap. It's really nice. It's very comfortable on the wrist as well. The only thing is, as with all big pilots, the oversized crown can dig into your wrist if, like me, you wear it on your left hand. As you lift your wrist back, it can dig in. I haven't found it to bother me too much, but some people have just made a complaint about it. So far so good. I'll now pop on the macro lens so we can look into greater detail, see how it fares. Bear with me 1 minute. Right. So let's look at the dial. Right, so here's the small seconds hand. You see the nice concentric circles. Printing is very good. Look around as well. So everything is very nicely done. Numbers are well printed. Let's look at the hands. That hand has got very even loom on it, even though it's not great. There's no bubbles or anything on it. There's a slight bubble on that one, but you can't see it with the naked eye. And that classic triangle with 2 dots on it as well. So yeah, the dial itself is very impressive. It's nice high quality. You see it's just like a nice plain matte grey. It's lovely. Look at the crown. Crown is very well machined. No flaws on there. It's not sharp, but it's good enough for a very good grip. Let's have a look at, also you see the finishing. Oh, let's get a bit of dust off. Finishing of the case. Very even, very nicely done. No flaws on that either. A bit of fluff on there as well, so ignore that. Alright, let's move to the case back. We've just wiped this back window. Let's move, look at the movement. Here we go. Oh yeah. So finishing on the movement is quite good as well, considering the price. There's obviously some very minor cosmetic flaws, but apart from that, it does look pretty good. Oh, there's the phone. You'll have to excuse the phone. So yeah, overall, a very good watch for the money. I would recommend it if you can get one. So that concludes my review of the Parnis.